Already underway, bringing machinery up from the coalface. For 12 months during the strike, Cortonwood was a rallying point for the NUM and became one of the first victims of closure after the return to work. This afternoon, Robert Hall talked to the man who led the workforce through those troubled times.
It was a difficult year, but personally speaking, I don't regret 1 minute. I feel that the cause was just. Irrespective of what other people say, we, and I say it collectively, we take a lot of pride in our industry.
For Mick Carter, this is the end of 19 years at Cortonwood Colliery. Years full of memories, but few more strong than the day in autumn 1983 when the NCB announced the pit was to close.
It was a flagrant breach of agreements that we had. And we feel, and I still feel to this day, that it was done deliberately. It could have been avoided, should not have happened.
And so the fight began, with Mick Carter as branch delegate acting as a link between the NUM's national policy and his own branch. Their picket hut at the gates of the pit became a symbol for miners nationwide.
I remember when we first got, when the lads first named it the Alamo, we had a very polite reminder from some chap that the Alamo fell. But I then got a letter regarding the history of the Alamo, and it was quite different. They actually went and shot them all the next morning, but I'm still standing. They didn't shoot me at dawn, but they've done everything but.
But a year later, last November, the resolve of some NUM members had weakened as winter and increased hardship proved too much for them. The return of one working miner to Cortonwood brought violence to the village streets.
I don't condone any violence. I don't, condemn it. But one has got to, look. You can't just condemn one. You've got to look at the whole spectrum, the whole lot. I'll admit that not all our lads are angels, but neither were the others. Neither were the police. And in fact, some of them did glorious. And some enjoyed every minute. Their personal abuse I got off them. I will never forget. And I've lost all my respect for police altogether. I wouldn't have one the town.
When the end came, the unity of Cortonwood remained intact as the miners marched back through the pit gates they'd left 12 months earlier. Only 90 of the 700-strong branch had broken the strike. Most of the men who returned at the end knew that their last-ditch battle had failed to win the war.
The thing that really strikes me, that I feel for, are the youngsters leaving school. I've said it 1,000 times, and I strongly believe it is them that are being let down. The coalboard is the major employer in this area. A lot of these pits will soon be closed, and there will be nothing.
Mick Carter is one of more than 300 men who will be transferred to other pits in the area. But a new job won't erase the memories.
It's not changed my beliefs any. It certainly made me a bitter man. I will still continue to put the case whenever possible. I think it's worth fighting for. It's men's lives we're talking about. And that you just can't cast on one side.